Morning everyone, or perhaps it may be evening or afternoon where you be. Either way, greetings, hugs. I'm passing on a little bit of crystal love to you. I never tire of gazing into these beautiful pieces of Mother Earth. This is a lava sphere. It's beautiful, isn't it? So lava comes out of the earth and cools slowly, so it's able to roll down hills and valleys. Unfortunately, at times destroying villages, but we won't go there, will we? But you know, red hot lava, it cools slowly. Black obsidian here is lava that cools quickly. So it's shot up into the sky and due to the sudden shift in temperature turns to glass. And obsidian and lava are two of my favorite things in the world, along with meteorite, so the outer space version. Speaking of outer space, this is white calcite, which I think looks like a full moon. Oh, pardon the unsteady camera. I'm just trying to zoom in a little. It's a little beauty, she is. So calcite you have there. This crystal here I purchased from a store I used to live in. Oh my gosh! A store I used to live in. Oh, look, I admit I just got up. I haven't even done my morning stretches yet, and I've had 2 sips of coffee. Clearly I need more. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. This has been a really big week. A store I used to work in, not live in. I do not know. I just left my body just momentarily then. My apologies. And anyhow, getting back to this beautiful crystal. This particular wholesaler has a finish on his crystals that are really delightful. They're so yummy. Can you see that? It's just different. Like if you look at this, this is just clear crystal. It's beautiful. How do I do this without getting in your way? Gorgeous. But it's just like looking through glass. This has a particular waxy finish, and for some reason it's just incredibly appealing to me. This guy has like a little divot right here, and yeah, you just find yourself holding him like that, just to hold. It's not even necessarily to do anything, but just fits nicely into your hand. I'm preferring these days crystals that are a little larger rather than tumblestones. However, I still have all my tumblestones and I love them, but anyway, he is quite delicious. And then the store brought this lady in, you know, slightly milky, which is the feminine energy, and my friend saw it and she purchased it, and I was so happy that she did, because I feel like then it remains in the family, so to speak. But I loved it and she knew that. But I thought, no, 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 I have mine, let's not be greedy. And subsequently she gifted it to me for my birthday, which was so beautiful. And we both agreed that they do belong together. This one I did purchase years and years ago now from a lovely man who is a wholesaler, but he would sell to little folk like me that, you know, couldn't afford. He didn't mind it. There was sort of no, sorry, I'll start again. He didn't mind if you didn't have a lot of money to spend. He didn't have a minimum purchase. He was one of the few. Really lovely person. Now, I'd better get to the reason I'm here, but I have to pause for a moment because I am sans glasses and I'm not even sure if I've got this in focus. I won't be one sec. Okay, probably sounds like a really silly idea to start a video without your glasses on when you need them. That's oh so very true. I think I'm a little bit out of it this morning. It's been quite a tough week. I think that's why I was compelled to send this little vid about crystal. Well, I'm going to talk about pendulums. That's another story. But I felt compelled to send on some crystal love to you. I I lost a friend at the beginning of this week, and it was very, very unexpected. He passed away, we hope, in his sleep, waiting to find out. But it's not great. So, yeah, I'm a little bit shaky. So sorry about that. But I just love the YouTube community so much. I was going to do this little vid on the pendulum anyway, but I know that my brain's kind of not really where it should be. So I hope you'll forgive me for that. So on with the show. I was going to do a little vid about crystals. Oh, by the way, this is selenite. It's beautiful, just a palm stone that's lovely for meditation that you can just hold. Heavenly, isn't it? No wonder it has like angelic associations. My goodness, yes. I put a small piece of selenite. It's just like a rectangle, I suppose, like this kind of thing, but with flat ends, on the third eye of my client yesterday. And he came out of the healing and said, "Oh my Lord, what did you put on my third eye? That was just boom," he said. "Wowza." That was selenite. So you might like to try it for yourself. You only need a little tumblestone. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Now, I was going to do a little bit of, you know, chat and share about pendulums because I do love them. And the reason was because only days ago, it was about 3 days ago, I just, you know, when something just pops into your head and you ask yourself, why is it that I haven't used my pendulum for so long? I love my pendulum. In fact, I have I have 4 pendulums. A brass pendulum, just a normal shape like that. It's a little bit smaller. And I have an amethyst and these 2 beauties here. This is hematite. And this is a special one because it was awarded to me, if you like. Sorry, not awarded to me, but I did an energy healing course at the base of Uluru in Central Australia, the most magical land. It's like, sort of like Sedona. I've been to both and they're both magic, but they're still different. But that, you know, magnificent big red rock, the red dirt country, very, very spiritual land, very, very special. And every student for the course, it was 10 days camping there. It was just something I will never forget. Anyway, we were all handed a pendulum to use during the course. And if you wish to buy it, you could. And of course, I'm such a clear quartz person. I was handed hematite. I thought, hematite? I love hematite, but I don't want to, you know, I don't want a pendulum in hematite. I want clear quartz. Anyway, I thought, this is what you were handed. This is what you use. And considering I did use it and it was cleansed in the red dirt, I thought, of course I have to buy it and bring it home. And no regrets, may I say. It was just fantastic. That course changed my life, I do think. So when I returned home, of course, the next Mind, Body, Spirit Festival, I went and found myself a beautiful clear quartz pendulum. And, you know, you can use them in healing, you can use them in dowsing. And when I say healing, it can be self-healing. You know, you can ask your higher self so many questions. Check out on YouTube. There's a number of people doing interesting things. There are different healing techniques that can be used. You know, you can assign it. That's the beauty of pendulum. You might say, okay, you know, I'm going to ask these questions. This is the formula. I want to check, you know, organ functions, etc., etc. There is a lady who is a Reiki master. She's in the US or Canada. And look, I'll have to find it. I'll have to try and dig it up. I'm not even sure if I have her website anymore because that was on my old laptop that didn't survive. And I see her face so clearly, but I don't think I'll ever remember her name. Anyway, she's got quite a thorough program that she uses a pendulum in healing for, and I did photocopy the pages she made available, so I can always show you that in another vid. But my point being, people come up with their own formulas and you can too. So trust your intuition on that one as to how you'd like to use the pendulum if you use it on clients. This one I love because it's a little bigger, and I'm going to try now and zoom in and get a little bit more of a focus on it for you. You can see it's a really beautiful crystal. and inside is a little world of wonder and magic. But do you see the tip? I'll turn it over. See there? Sorry, I'm not very steady. This area here. That is because I dropped it. Oh my. So the other day I had everything set up. This is 2 days ago. Struggling with the passing of my friend. Thought I'm going to do a really beautiful video on crystal healing, pendulums specifically, what you can use them for. And I didn't realize I had a white cloth on my kitchen bench here, which is white. This is sitting there. Yes, I know there's a chain. I don't know how I missed it, but just, I wasn't even in a rush, but I just inadvertently picked this cloth up, and I heard this strange, it was like a crack. It was a very bizarre sound, but just like a little kind of tick. And I just thought, oh my gosh, what's that? And it took me a moment to notice that I've got carpet throughout my house. I've got a big black mat right here in my kitchen. No, it fell on the tiles, and yeah, the end came off. Now, you can still use it. It's still a pendulum. And as you know, if you don't, have spare cash, you can make a pendulum out of anything. And a lot of people, by the way, I'm going to get into researching further wooden pendulums, because for healing, some say wood or metal, excuse me, is the way to go, more so than crystals for healing. Crystal may be better for dowsing. But again, I'll leave it up to you to research, because you need to trust your intuition. And I've always used these, but I think it's, certainly something worthwhile. You could even get a piece of wood and give it a little sand or a carve, do what you want, and create your own wooden pendulum, which I'm thinking I'm going to look out in nature for something that kind of jumps out at me. Just ask your guides to, to bring it to you, or to get you to it, just something from nature that you can make your own pendulum for, accurate dowsing and healing. And I would suggest, rather than use a chain, put some sort of twine, especially if you can get a natural fiber. I think that would be ideal as well. So all that said, I picked up this pendulum and I asked, are you okay? Can we still work together? I'm so sorry I dropped you and damaged the beautiful tip at the end. And it said, no. No, I'm not okay. And no, I don't really want to work with you. So, oh gosh, you don't know whether to laugh or cry. Anyhow, it still does work. Yes, no. And to be honest, I think that's my higher self doubting now, because to me it was perfection. Yes, I know what is perfection, but I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. Could this throw the accuracy off of what the pendulum wants to tell you? Of course it doesn't, because again, you could get a twig and make a pendulum yourself. However, I did that. I dropped it. I've damaged it. I feel like it's just not whole anymore, and I'm not really sure what to do. So I'm going to put it in its bag, send it a lot of love, put it out under the full moon that's coming only in a few days, and see how we go from there. So I picked this one up. Look, I'd do it now only, other than I'd probably be a bit unsteady with the camera, and it's just going to look like I'm moving my hand. So I'll have to do it at another time when the camera's on the tripod. But I picked up the hematite as well and asked if it would like to work with me also, and it said no. So I think they're both afraid. They're going, she is dangerous. This woman's careless, right? Can't be trusted. So maybe wooden pendulum is the way to go, which was my long and drawn out point. If you're also a clumsy person, which by the way, I am not. I'm not one for dropping things or losing things. And I've been holding delicate crystals in my hands for many, many, many decades. And I'm just surprised this happened. However, those crystals just picked up on that energy. And as I say, I'm not with it this week. Like, I sound tired. I am tired. There you have it. But I thought, look, you know what? My friend who passed had such a crazy sense of humor. And I might even do another little vid on him because I had some really interesting experiences this week. And I think he'd be laughing himself silly over my, clumsy state. So before I leave, I drew a card for today, and I think this will be applicable for many of you. I drew the Shamaness. So that is beautiful, and that is what we are. That is who we are. You are the shaman. I'm going to leave you with that thought and that energy and wish you all a wonderful day. And please, if you get out your crystals, don't drop them. Talk to you all soon. Bye.